Hey you, what up? Welcome to my channel. Welcome back, Maryam here. In this video, I'm going to be giving you my current updated Sephora VIB sales recommendations, aka my favorite products from Sephora this season. So as you know, the Sephora VIB sale is happening from October 27th all the way up to November 6th, but not for everyone. That is for Rouge members who will get 20% off, or anyone who is interested in the Sephora collection, which is 30% off also from the 27th up until the 6th. Now VIB members will get 15% off starting October 31st, Halloween, up until November 6th, and the insiders get 10% off from Halloween up until November 6th. All you have to do is use code time to save, that's all caps, putting it right here for your convenience. So if you are looking to save some dollars, save some money, maybe try out some new products, if you are looking for a recommendations video, this is the video for you to watch. This is my 4th video that I've conducted on this subject matter. I would consider myself pretty educated in this one. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope you find it useful. I hope you find it enjoyable. Also in this video, I'm gonna show you how I put together this look. Kind of vampy, a little bit grungy, slightly spooky season inspired for the season. And of course, I'll be using all of my current recommendations. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Remember to subscribe if you aren't already. Notification bell for those videos. And now let's hit it. Sephora VIB recommendations video, fall 2023. Let's hit it. So this is my 4th Sephora VIB recommendations video. Basically, I have an all times faves recommendations video. I have a splurge recommendations video, but in this video, I'm only going to be focusing on new faves. And the difference in this video is that I'm going to be slapping on all of these products onto my face and showing you why I love them and why I recommend them, as opposed to all the other videos where I just talk about the products. But if you want to know my all-around faves, my all-time faves, the splurge items, as well as non-splurge items, you can watch all those other videos, and of course I'll link them down below in the description for your convenience. All right, so now, as always, I must show you the notes because I do come well prepared. I was actually trying to stick to just like one new favorite per category, but I do have a couple in some categories, so bear with me. Okay, so let's start with primer. No new faves. I am still loving and recommending the DANESSA MYRICKS Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder, $36 product, contains Upsolite, which controls oils better than mica talc and other ingredients. Also smooths the surface of your skin if you have texture issues, bumps, any of those things. And with the Sephora sale, you can save some dollars on this product. So now I did mention this in my previous video, but this to me, because I'm an oily skin girl, is probably the best primer that I've tried so far, and nothing else from Sephora even comes close to it. So now that I've smoothed the skin, I want to talk about another product that is more like a skincare slash makeup helper hybrid. I'm talking about the FENTY Skin Blemish Defeater BHA Spot Targeting Gel. So now this is unique. It has this flat applicator that releases a little bit of product, and then on the other side, it's got this paddle that allows you to smooth the product over your pimple, creating a sort of pimple patch, except this is a film, it is invisible, and it's perfect if you have an active acne spot, blemish, inflammation, and you want to make sure that you cover it and protect it from the makeup. So now I don't really have too many major bumps or anything like that, but if I did, this is what I would use. I think this product is genius. It is, I think, $22. Yep, $22. And not only does it conceal and protect your pimple, but it also heals it because it has the salicylic acid in it. So I really like it. Also, in the skincare slash makeup hybrid, I cannot not recommend the HENRIKSNEN Banana Bright Plus Vitamin CC Stick. The one that I use is in the shade Banana. This is great for not just color correcting, but it's also great for hydrating, treating those under eye circles, dark spots, and it also sort of primes your skin and prepares it for the next product, which would be concealer. Of course, you could wear this on your own if you want to, which I do sometimes, especially when I go to the gym. But this is a great addition to the Banana Bright line from HENRIKSNEN. I really, really like it. I really feel like it does the job. It brightens, it doesn't look like makeup. It's a great product. $34, but you can save. Okay, so we're gonna go back to DANESSA MYRICKS. I really wanted to just give it to one skin-based product, one foundation or one skin tint, and I have to give it to DANESSA. This Yummy Skin Skin Tint is amazing, and I have been using it all summer long. I feel like even though this is said to be sheer coverage, It's a little bit more than sheer coverage. I would say it's medium, and it definitely is very buildable. So now this is a $36 product, very skin-like, hydrating, soothing, smoothing, works great for oily skin like mine, but also is very friendly with drier skin types. Shade 7. Now I've seen a lot of people use and abuse this product, applying way too many lines on their face, but this is a skin tint and it's meant to be light. And so to me, this is more than enough product for me. Shade 7 will hopefully help my face match my shoulders a little bit better. But this is a shade that I typically wear in the summertime. But like I said, the undertones of the odd numbers are warm and the shades are stretchy. And because it's so sheer, it just works. I like that it's very skin perfecting, very forgiving on the skin. Let me grab a better mirror. Let me grab a better mirror is what I meant to say. I like that this is very easy to blend out, no fuss, no sort of pilling, no separation. It's just a really solid, good product. And I find that DANESSA and team have been coming out with so much amazing newness in 2023. And I just cannot wait to see what they have in store for us in 2024. They've just been popping out gem after gem after gem. I'm so proud of this brand. I'm so proud of DANESSA, the woman. I'm just so excited to see her win, you know? She is one person who is definitely deserving of this win. And her products are outstanding. How nice is the skin tint? Suddenly, I look a little bit more alive than before. And I know I'm on a black background, so you probably are seeing me a little bit more washed out than I really am. But you know what? It's spooky season, so we're gonna embrace it. So now let me apply just a little bit more of this shade 7, like, I don't know, here. And let me show you how well it layers. Hello, looks like skin still. It's not emphasizing any of my bumps or pores. Just looks smooth and seamless. Love, recommend. In the concealer category, there's two that I've really been liking a lot. Two new products that came out since the last VIB sale recommendations video that are available at Sephora, of course. And it is the Makeup by Mario concealer. For some reason, this does not have great reviews on Sephora. I'm not sure why, but to me, this is a wonderful concealer. You need very little bit of product. A little bit goes a long way. It is super solid, super full coverage. I don't know about you, but I like my concealers to be full coverage. I don't like to apply a lot. I don't like to use it as foundation, but in certain strategic spots, especially for brightening around the nose, the eyes, and between the brows, I would like my concealer to be very solid, but skin-like. And to me, this one is perfect for oily skin. Now, I can't say that drier skin types or skin that is a little bit more mature will like this particular product. Maybe it's too much product for those of you with drier skin. Oh my God. Sorry about that. So yeah, I can't say that those of you with drier skin will enjoy this, but if you're oily like me, this is gold. The shade that I'm using now is shade 200. In the summertime, I believe I was using a 240 or 280. I like that even though this is a very pigmented, very solid, creamy concealer, it does not stain your skin and it gives you enough time that you can play around and set or move the product, basically blend it to wherever you need it, you know? And I feel like that's something that's kind of hard to find in a pigmented concealer. Much easier to find in one of those luminous, one of those slightly brightening concealers, but something that offers this much pigmentation and coverage usually sets very quickly too. And so it's finicky. But to me, this one is just great. I can't rave about it enough. I've been using it a lot and it's one of my faves. $29. Solid, covers everything. Highly, highly, highly recommended by me personally. Another concealer that I want to recommend is kind of like corrector, if you will, and it is the NARS Light Reflecting Eye Brightener. I use the shade Golden Eye. Basically, it comes in a pot like this. Kind of reminds me of like the MAC paint pot or whatnot. But this is great for brightening, for light brightening under the eyes. And specifically what I like to use it for is to chisel out my brows. So this is great to use on the lids as well. Let's say you have some hyperpigmentation or you got some veins popping through. This little product takes care of that so quickly and so easily. Plus it provides a nice base for your eyeshadow. It is creamy, so you will need to set this with powder if you want to use it for that purpose, so I'm gonna do that. But essentially what I like to do is draw like a minuscule line, the finest line you've ever seen, right underneath the hair where the hair begins to grow, right underneath the roots of my brow hairs, just like that. And then I can also conveniently cover up that pimple where I already have my makeshift acne patch happening. And this just gives you the cleanest looking brows ever. Even if you don't have brow product in them, which right now I don't have any color within my brows. I just have them laminated with the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. But if I want to go for my natural brow, this is what I do, and it works so great. So now that I have that chiseled out, basically I just use a larger brush and I just smudge that down. So not only does this correct, it also conceals some imperfections, it also brightens, and it can serve as a brow cleanup product. Boom. So now if you do want to add some fill within your brow, now you know exactly where to place it. I'm just going to use this Rare Beauty brow pencil that I don't necessarily recommend. I far prefer NYX brow products that are from the drugstore, which is why I'm not really concentrating too much on actual brow products for this video. But like if I want to do just like a soft fill, just like that, and fill in only where I need it, which in my case is like the tail end, I think that looks so nice and so natural. Although this one, I might have overdone a little. Okay, better. You get the drift. All right, so I talked about concealers. Now I want to talk about liquid blush and liquid highlighter. Specifically, I want to talk about this new product, actually a kit from Rare Beauty featuring both the Liquid Pinch blush and also the highlighter. It actually comes with 4 minis, and this is $34 right now. So this is a limited edition item. I would totally recommend it to you guys. Not only do you get 4 minis, 2 highlighters in Transcend and Magnetize, but you also get 2 blushes, Virtue and Wisdom. And by the way, the minis themselves are $14 each as is on Sephora. So you do the math. 14 times 4 is definitely nowhere near 34. So this is an incredible deal. The full size is $23, but let me tell you, ain't no one using up that full size blush. That blush is so pigmented, you need so little product. There is no way anyone can ever make it an empty. I actually would like to see some people try. But yeah, this is definitely my absolute favorite liquid blush at the moment. It's my favorite one at Sephora. It's the one that I use all the time. And of course, I would recommend it, especially when it's so affordable. And in a kit with a highlighter, it's a no-brainer. Just the most beautiful finish. This color is really stunning. Not a color that I reached for a lot, actually. So I'm glad they included this in the kit because it's such a lovely fall color. Perfect for Thanksgiving, perfect for the cozy vibes. Very natural. I like it a lot. Shade Virtue. And then the Transcend is like a rose gold type of highlighter, and the Magnetize is a gold. So I'm gonna go for gold. Now just a bit of that. I'm gonna use the same brush. Gonna use the same brush, and I'm going in kind of generously, very heavy, because nothing on my face has been set with powder yet. So good. Now if you're looking for a powder brush, I am still obsessed with the Too Faced Cloud Crush. These are my favorite blushes from Sephora at the moment. I use them all the time. I have multiples of these in like every room in my place. I have it in this room, in my actual getting ready with me room. They are everywhere. They're in my makeup bags. Like, I love this product so much. It's just so good, especially if you have oily, acne prone, texture skin. But let's move on. Let's actually talk about a bronzer that I don't think I've ever featured in one of these videos before. And it is a newer product, but I guess maybe I was so overwhelmed with the hype of other bronzer sticks. Oh heck, I'm just gonna say it. I'm talking about the LYS Harmony Bronzer Stick. Actually, it's called the No Limits Bronzer Stick, and the shade that I use is Harmony. This is absolutely amazing. It is, let's see, $20. Perhaps not necessarily a splurge, but it is such a great product that I think everyone needs to have. It is just that good. So easy to use, so precise if you need precision. LYS is a Black-owned, female-owned brand. And by the way, this woman is my friend, Tisha Thompson. Love her so much. And this brand is also killing it. And this bronzer is one of the reasons. It is amazing. Clean at Sephora. Wonderful product. Can't rave about it enough. Okay, I'm gonna use this Motives brush to blend out the nose. I never actually contour or bronze up my nose, but this product is just so easy to use. Sometimes I like to just dabble a little. You see how a little bit goes a long way? And you see how this color is just perfect. Yes, it's great for bronzing up, but you can also contour with it because it's not too orange. In fact, it's not orange at all. It's just like a beautiful natural tan type of color, which is what I personally look for in a bronzer. Really easy to blend, just a dream, really. This is one of those products where you don't have to be good at makeup in order to have a good looking result. I mean, I'm just hitting this bronzer with my brush. I'm not really moving it anywhere, but it blends so easily and so seamlessly. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly finish up the blending here. But basically, this is another product that can sit on your face for a while without staining it, and then you can just quickly beat it in to perfection. Highly, highly recommend. Okay, so now let's move on to powder. This is such an interesting category. So to me, the #1 powder at Sephora belongs to Charlotte Tilbury, hands down. I'm talking about the Airbrush Flawless Finish. So I have it in shade 1 Fair and shade 3 Tan. I don't currently have shade 2 because I found the Essence powder to be a dupe to shade 2, and that's the one that I've been reaching for a lot lately, and so I just want to finish up that powder. But today I am going to go for this. I haven't used it in a while actually, so I just want to do a little comparison. Is it in fact a dupe to the Essence, or am I just trying to convince myself? The great thing about this Charlotte Tilbury powder, which by the way is on the pricey side, I don't currently remember the price, but I'll pop it up. The great thing about this one is that you can use it to set the under eye, like I'm using the light shade to brighten and to set the under eye. And you could also use it all over the face. So it's essentially a setting powder and a finishing powder in one. Also gonna apply this to all of my concealed areas and all of my areas where I want to bring some brightness in between the brows, down the bridge of the nose. Of course, I am going to set that concealer with this powder as well. Kind of like that. For the rest of my face, I'm going to use this big brush from Jones Road. Oh yeah, she still got it. She is a good powder indeed. But if you're looking for something new, I will say that the new Milk Makeup Powder, this one at $32, is also very, very nice. I have the shade Translucent Light, which also works as a setting powder or a finishing powder. So it's a versatile, microfine type of powder. Not the best that I've ever tried, but definitely better than average. I also really love the NARS Light Reflecting Powder. This one right here at $40. This is an amazing powder to reverse contour with. So say I want to just do a little bit of that. This is the most forgiving powder to do that with. I know there's a lot of baking powders on the market right now that are trying to emulate this effect, but I will say this is probably the best powder on the market that does that effect without looking heavy, makeup-y, or cakey. This is my favorite one, $40, but you can splurge with the VIB sale. I actually don't even like to keep it on my face for too long. Once I apply it, I quickly buff it off, but the effect still remains. Now, of course, I cannot not recommend my Bare Minerals Original Mineral Veil. Not the pressed powder format, the original loose powder format. This is what I use for my pore zones. This is what I use for bumpy areas. If I want a super, super smooth finish, this is the powder that I always reach for. This is not a new product. It's been around for a long time, since I was in high school, actually. It is $33, but if you haven't tried it, you can try it with the VIB sale. And especially if you've been watching my videos for a while and you've seen me use this over and over again, but you just haven't pulled the trigger, now would be a good opportunity to do so. Because, you know, $33 isn't so expensive, but it isn't inexpensive either, you know? But to me, this powder really, really, really makes a difference to me. I will never not use it. Last but not least, in this category is my new favorite Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Pressed Powder. On Sephora, they have 3 shades, including this yellow. And on the Bobbi Brown site, they also have this shade Neutral, which has a little bit of pinkiness and just like a little bit of orange. It's kind of like a nice color correcting shade. I like this powder specifically for its finishing purposes. And I like that it has a little bit of a color to actually color correct and to add that little bit of a balance to your skin. So these two come in very highly recommended by me. I really, really like it, especially if I'm wearing a full coverage foundation and I need it to look a little bit more luminous, a little bit more natural, a little bit more like skin. This is the powder that I like to finish it off with. So this is $48. This is pricey. This is very, very pricey. So if I can give you a splurge recommendation, this would be it. But just remember, the Neutral is not available on Sephora website for some reason. All right, just a couple of honorable mentions here. For powder foundation, I really do like the One Size Turn Up the Base Foundation Powder. I use shade Medium 4G. This is what it looks like. This is a very long-lasting powder type of foundation. I actually like to apply it over foundation. I don't wear this alone. And then for powder bronzer, I would also recommend the Made for Shade Bronze and Sculpt Trio. I like to use the Light Trio because it has both warm and cool shades. And now that I've said all that, I think it's time for us to finally move on to the most fun category, which is the eyeshadow category. All right, I do have a single eyeshadow that I want to recommend. You probably already know what it is. It is the Urban Decay Highly Viral Moondust eyeshadow in the shade Space Cowboy. So this is the eyeshadow that has that microfine glitter, that sparkle, that wet finish effect that you've seen all over TikTok, all over IG Reels, probably here on Shorts as well. Everyone's been using it. It looks incredible in dim lighting. Literally, people will ask you what is on your lids. It happens every single time with this product. Space Cowboy is the name of the eyeshadow. This is $24, so that's pretty pricey for just one single eyeshadow, but to me, it is a really, really, really good one. It's a unique one, and I really like it. Also, I can't not mention the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 3 palette. This is a $70 palette, and I have been using it in pretty much all of my videos lately. This is incredible, 12 shades, all mattes, cool and warm shades. There's 2 creams in here. These are bases, a black and a brown. They have a nice protective case. This is a wonderful palette. These mattes are so silky. They are so velvety, so easy to blend. This is the smoky eye palette of the decade to me. So incredible. I kind of want these mattes in like every single possible color family. I would love this in wine or pink or red tones. I would also love to see this in like cool taupes. Ooh, olives would be so nice. Can you imagine like a nice olive leaning palette on the top and then perhaps a cooler taupier combo on the bottom? Ooh, that would be just chef's kiss. Woo. Definitely recommend that one. Of course, one of my new favorites also is the NATASHA DENONA I Need a Nude. This is $69, and it's got not one, but a whole 3 of those eyeshadows that are very similar to the Space Cowboy, that wet finish sparkling effect. There's shade Delilah, there's shade Sheen, and there's shade Mia. So these are 3. Plus there's also all sorts of metallics, different degrees of metallics, and mattes. This is a beautiful palette. I would say this is a very bridal palette. If you are a makeup artist who works on brides, you absolutely need this. This is it. One more palette that I do want to mention. Truth be told, this video is pre-filmed. I am heading to Turkey with my family. I'm going there for a little bit of work and play, but also happens to coincide with my birthday. Sadly and unfortunately, I have not actually tried the DANESSA MYRICKS Lightwork Vol V Palette, but I will be taking it with me to Turkey, so by the time this video is live, I will be able to tell you in the comments whether this baby is amazing or not, but I'm pretty sure it is amazing because it is from DANESSA and it is just so mesmerizing. This is $125. This is not cheap by any means, but DANESSA is a master at textured metallic eyeshadows. She is a master of light and shadow, as she has proven to us with the Groundwork palette, which is basically laying down the groundwork for your dressier eyeshadows. This just looks so different from all the other Lightwork palettes that I'm mesmerized. These 3 shades down here, Unstoppable, Powerful, Unbreakable, they are so gorgeous. Oh my gosh, and the names, $125, but 20% off actually takes $25 off and makes it $100. That's really worth it. But like I said, I haven't tried it yet. I've heard amazing things. So this is like an honorable mention. I'm not actually gonna try it right now. Instead, I think I want to do something different. I'm gonna reach for Patrick Ta again. It's spooky season and I'm gonna go for that black, but I'm gonna apply it very strategically. I'm gonna reach for that cream black. Just gonna tap that onto my top lid, staying under the crease. And I'm also working with very little bit of product at a time because I don't want to have a really blown out smoky eye. That's not what I'm going for. I'm going for something very contained and very minimal, which you can do with this palette. Don't get intimidated. I'm surrounding my inner corner because I want a little bit of drama. Going right along the crease. I'm also pulling out a little bit on the outer edge, like that. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. The brush that I'm using is Laura Mercier Clay Smudge, like that. And I'm also gonna smudge just a little bit on the inner lower lash line and a little bit on the outer, just like that. So essentially, this is like a map out for the eyeshadows. I'm gonna close this one up. I've used this one so much, I just need to give it a rest. And I need to show some love to some other palettes. So I'm gonna reach for my NATASHA DENONA, this one. I'm gonna add the shade Filigree. It's just a beautiful, super metallic brown shade. Gonna add that to the inner and to the outer, like that. Gonna use my finger actually, just to press that in there a little bit tighter. And then with the Precision Firm Blender brush from Sigma, I'm gonna reach into the shade Tender, like a smoky cool shade. Just gonna run that right along the crease and around this whole entire shape. Just pulling that out slightly and then sealing the lower lash line and just pulling that out. So I want this to be kind of spooky season inspired. I want it to be a little bit darker, a little bit grungier, a little bit vampier, but still wearable, you know? I feel like that is so fire, my God. And then I'm taking the lighter shade, this one right next to it called Mesh, and I'm just gonna blend it right along the eye socket, just for some cohesion. Okay, I'm done with this palette. And now for the ultimate, I am gonna grab the Space Cowboy on my finger. I'm gonna press that right to the center. Oh my God, do you see that? I am gonna have to show you an iPhone close-up because this is just ethereal. It is impeccable. It is so stunning. This is a color everyone needs in their arsenal. Whether you're a makeup artist or just a regular gal, you will love this one. It is mesmerizing. Close-up time. I mean, do you see how it sparkles and shines? What? It just sold itself, didn't it? All right, so now let's talk about liners. I gotta just give this PSA. To me, you can find just as good eyeliners, if not better, at the drugstore than at Sephora. Just have to throw that out there. But if you are looking for some amazing liners, if you want them to be smudgy, look no further than Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil. These are excellent. These are my go-tos. If I wanna map out my eye or if I wanna do a quick little smudged out lash line, these are perfect. They're also perfect for Halloween. Similarly, I really like the Makeup Forever Aqua Resist Color Ink. This is a dippy liquid liner, and if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I love the dippy liners. So this one's great if you're looking for waterproof. Stila has got it covered. Otherwise, just go to the drugstore. Save your coin. So I feel like for this look, I should probably just do like a really thin line of liner, a little bit in the inner corner as well, like that. Where can I wear this to?
Sephora VIB sale.
Bye. So much for creativity. So I went ahead, I finished the other eye, and now let's talk about mascaras. Again, same thing with the liners. I far prefer my mascaras from the drugstore, not only because they are cheaper, but because they are just as good, if not better, okay? So right now, I am obsessed with the CoverGirl Cleantopia. This is what I reach for all the time. This is great for sensitive eyes. It's a clean formula. I also really like the Clinique one, the High Impact Hi-Fi Full Volume Mascara. Not a drugstore, but something that I discovered recently that I like. But there's actually no mascara at Sephora that I would go ahead and recommend. Just get them at the drugstore. However, I do like the Too Faced Better Than Sex Chocolate. This one right here. Just because it's brown, it is a really good formula. And it's a nice brown. It's not a cool brown, it's a very rich chocolate brown. So I do like this one. Same thing with the lip liners. Just get them at the drugstore. NYX lip liners are far superior to anything that's at Sephora. However, there's a big asterisk. If you are looking for a lip plumping lip liner, Too Faced once again has got you covered with their Lip Injection Extreme Lip Shaper lip liners. I have these in every single shade except Hot and Spicy, which I just ran out of, and it's like my perfect shade that I always use. But some of my other favorites are Puffy Nude, In Big Truffle, which is a brown, and also Cinnamon Swell. Today I'm gonna go for, I guess let's stick to the nude since my eyes are kind of on the darker side. I'm actually already wearing Puffy Nude. I'm gonna just re-emphasize the shape. This is a wonderful, innovative product. A lip plumping lip liner that actually maximizes your lip shape in the sense that it makes your lips a little bit more shapely, more pouty. And of course, when used with their Lip Injection Extreme Glosses, here I have the Maximum Plump at $33. It is like the ultimate max pout. But if you're looking for other lipstick recommendations from Sephora, I will say I still really like the Dior Rouge Forever Matte lipsticks. I have them in a few shades, and these are really very nice. They are extremely pricey, and this was my lip pick for the Sephora VIB sale recommendations video of the previous season. So I'm not gonna talk about it any further. I'm just gonna slap on this Maximum Plump because like I said, unless you are looking for something plumping, I can honestly say you're not gonna find better glosses at Sephora than at the drugstore. I would say that the Maybelline Lifter glosses are some of my favorites. The Wet n Wild glosses are incredible at $3. The Joa K-Beauty glosses at $8 are amazing as well. There are so many amazing, impeccable glosses that work just as good, if not better, than the Sephora ones. That's kind of my story. worry, that's the end of my recommendations for this particular video. If you are interested in all-time faves, if you are interested in new products from the previous season, or perhaps you're looking for a product to splurge on and then a moderately priced item, then you can check out all of my other videos. Again, I'm linking them down below in the description for your convenience. But essentially, this is it, and this is my look. Let me release the bangs and let me model it for you. I really like this look. I feel like it is understated, but it is just a little bit dark, a little bit more mysterious, if you will. I like this look for the season, and even outside of the season, this is something that I would totally wear using all of my current Sephora recommendations. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. Once again, just a reminder, if you want to save 20% as a Rouge member, October 27th through November 6th, use code TIME2SAVE. Same with the VIB, they get to save 15% starting October 31st, Halloween, and the insiders get 10% off also from October 31st onwards to November 6th. All right, so now that I've said all that, I'm gonna wish you guys a farewell. Peace out, I'm out, I will see you in the next one.